Hey Collective, welcome back. I hope you're having a good day today. So today I want to discuss another one of my core values. It's called self-control. And on the backhand of that, we're also going to discuss addictions. There is a longing that is silent but deafening. It pushes and pulls at you. It holds you down when all you want to do is move. You want control over your anger, over your cravings, over that restless, aching hunger for something more, something better, something just out of reach. But you see, control is not something you chase, it's something you build. Brick by brick, thought by thought, day by day. What's the secret? I'll tell you, of course, but it may not be what you want to hear. The secret to self-control is not in clenched fists, gritted teeth, nor is it enforced. No, it is in knowing who you are. Knowing what fire burns inside you and why you rise in the morning. Because when you know that, truly know that, there is nothing in this world that can shake you loose from your own power. Your mind is a garden. What you feed it grows. If you feed it doubt, it will choke on weeds. If you feed it discipline, purpose, and respect, you can sit back and watch it flourish and grow. Self-control is not about denying yourself joy. It's about choosing joy that lasts longer than a moment. Choosing wisdom over impulse. Choosing strength over weakness. It's about standing at the crossroads of desire and discipline, looking temptation dead in the face and saying, "Not today." I've learned the road to mastery is not carved by wishes or half-hearted attempts. No, it is built with a steady mind and discipline. And if you didn't see the discipline video, I'll say it again. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the steady hands that hold you upright and the quiet force that can move mountains. Too often, we mistake self-control for deprivation. We think it means saying no to everything we love, turning away from pleasure, or locking ourselves into rigid routines that can drain the joy from life. But that is not discipline. That is punishment. And self-control is not about suffering. It's about strength. So let me ask you this. If you were to be faced with every single one of your cravings, your impulses, your deepest temptations, whether that be physical or behavioral, your drug of choice, your drink of choice, your food of choice, nicotine or caffeine of choice, shopping, gambling, sex, in person or online, gaming, social media, overworking, or even over-exercising. Would you be strong enough right now to admit these things don't exactly serve your highest good? If so, do you think you possess the inner control to walk away and never look back from what is keeping you shackled to a life you no longer want? I know. A moment of pleasure can feel like freedom, but if it chains you to regret, is it really worth it? Impulse is quick fleeting, a fire that flares up and burns out as quick as you can push, add to cart. But discipline is the steady fire that keeps you warm on a cold night. It doesn't demand that you deny yourself joy. It only wants you to choose joy that lasts longer than a moment. Longer than a drink, a smoke, a toke, a meal, a venti cold brew, an orgasm, or a shirt you wash once and falls apart. Self-control is not about force. It's about focus. It's about knowing what you want. And so many of us are too busy with our cravings and our addictions that we've never actually taken the time to ask ourselves, what do I want? not just in the moment, but in the grander scheme of life. So ask yourself, right now, is this who I am? Is this who I still want to be 5, 10, 15 years from now? And if your answer is no, then it's time to turn away from temptation. Whatever that looks like for you. Not because you're punishing yourself, but because you respect yourself too much, and maybe it's time to raise your vibration. And yes, the world will test you. That's what life is all about. It will place you before all the things you swore you'd resist. It will whisper in your ear, just this once won't hurt. And maybe it won't. Maybe one slip won't undo all your progress. But remember this. Each time you give in, you make it easier to give in again and again. And I know we're all stressed and we're just finding ways to cope, but addictions are not a form of self-soothing. They actually keep your body in a stressed state and inevitably cause more problems. And sadly, we're not educated enough on our own nervous systems. The tendency to slow down and actually look after ourselves when we need it most is not generally the go-to option. Instead, we look to escape and for ways to feel better in the moment. We bury ourselves in work, allow busyness to overcome us, or we shut down and tune out with pleasurable addictions, distractions. And that's all they are, distractions. This is where a mind-body practitioner comes in to teach you how to say no. And build a better habit, the habit of strength, a foundation of resilience, and a pattern of success that will carry you through the hardest trials. Don't be fooled into thinking that discipline is something you're simply born with. No. Discipline is built, it's trained, it's a muscle, and every time you use it, it grows. Every time you choose patience over frustration, every time you walk away from a momentary pleasure that doesn't serve your greater purpose, you're strengthening that muscle. You're becoming the master of yourself, not a slave to your impulses. And even if you fall, if you stumble, don't stay down. Don't throw away all your progress because of one misstep. Get up. Get up. Get back at it. Because self-control is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about choosing again and again, as many times as it takes, to be stronger than the moments that tempt you. Your impulses don't control you. Your desires don't own you. The mind is a battlefield, and every day, every moment, a quiet war is waged between impulse and wisdom. You feel it, don't you? That pull, that whisper, urging you toward that thing that brings quick pleasure, a fleeting rush, an easy escape. It feels harmless. It feels right. And in that moment, it is so easy to believe that acting on impulse is freedom. But my question is, what kind of freedom leads you straight into the arms of regret? Impulse is a trickster. It tells you to take without thinking, to speak without measuring, to act without pausing. And before you can catch your breath, it leaves you staring at the mess it made, asking yourself, why did I do that? That is the nature of impulse. It moves fast, hits hard, and then vanishes, leaving behind choices you can't undo. Regret, on the other hand, doesn't vanish so easily. It lingers. It sits with you in the quiet hours, in the spaces where your thoughts have no distractions. It creeps in when you least expect it, reminding you of the moments when a second or two of patience could have saved you from days, months, even years of wishing you'd chosen differently. But remember this, you're not powerless. You're not at the mercy of every urge. You have the ability, the right, the responsibility to pause, to think, to ask yourself one simple question before you act. It has helped me countless times. Is this choice worth the weight of regret? Because honestly, that is what it comes down to. A moment of impulse might feel like release, might feel like pleasure, but if it leaves you carrying a burden you can't put down, then it isn't a victory at all. It's a loss. And yet we are taught to chase impulse, to let our desires dictate our decisions. Follow your heart, they say, as if no one's heart hasn't ever led them straight into the fire. Do what feels right, they say, as if what feels right in the moment hasn't ever burnt us in the end. But we must be wiser than that. I'm here to tell you, real power isn't in following what others are saying or doing, or acting on every impulse that calls your name. Real power is in being the leader of your own life, and choosing which calls to answer. So friends, when the cravings come and the temptation rises, when the urge to act without thinking presses in heavy, take a deep breath. Give yourself the gift of time, even if it's only a few seconds. Think beyond the moment. See the future you, the one who will have to carry the consequences of this choice, and ask yourself, will this bring me peace tomorrow? Will I be proud of this a week from now, a year from now? And if the answer is no, then step away from it. Not because you're denying yourself, but because you're protecting yourself. And remember this, strength is not in giving in. Strength is in walking away from what no longer serves you and what you want for yourself. So I challenge you to choose a greater joy over a momentary thrill. Recognize every no you say to impulse is a yes to a better, stronger, wiser you. And yes, you will stumble. There will be days when impulse wins, days when regret knocks on your door, but don't let those days define you. Learn from them, rise from them, choose differently next time. Because self-control is not about never falling. It's about never staying down. Until next time, friends, keep healing. See ya.